Okay, why the bonus that you get on finding traps is a +6?
My perception is 24.
Yeah, but the +6 for traps, where does that come from?
That comes from, let me find the exact word.
I don't need to know this. I just need to know what the stats it's based off of because I'm making a macro so I can do this. And I need to know what numbers to put in, so I need to know where it comes from and when it'll go up and all that stuff.
It comes from 1/2 my level.
Okay. And you are level 12. You get one level, I mean, you get one BAB every level, right?
Yes, but it's not based on my base attack bonus, it's based on my level.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, I'm a +1 base attack leveling class.
Sorry, I'm trying to get this macro because of White's new ability. How is everyone tonight?
Fine.
Just peachy.
Got me an alcoholic beverage and some snacks. I'm good to go.
I have a tummy full of chicharrones and agua fresca. So I'm all like,
What you're saying is you're
Drink
drunk.
coffee.
no, agua fresca isn't even alcoholic. It's what is it? It's hibiscus, lime, ginger, fuck ton of sugar.
Which is funny that they call it fresh water.
Yeah. Well, it's really weird because like they've got I would call them your quote unquote normal flavors like strawberry and lime, but then they also have rice flavored, which seems weird for a refreshing summer drink. And then yeah, the Jamaican style, which has got hibiscus in it.
All right, White, you're going to have a macro that's called Trap Spotter that's basically just for me. You can ignore it.
Will do.
Hang on, let me see. If I roll this, can you see it?
I see nothing.
Okay. There, now I just have one button to push and I can see if you see a strap. Okay, so y'all are still in Katapesh. Not Katapesh, sorry. What's the name of the city? Kathir. You are. You've done your shopping, all sorts of stuff, and when you're done, the guy that you helped raise from the dead, he got some friends of his together and got you teleported to the slave markets of Okano. And that is the map of Okano. That's where you are.
So, question: are we the only non-Noel-esque people walking around? At least the only ones without a collar?
No. This is a bustling city. It's a major port.
Is it a wretched hive of scum and villain?
Yes, but it's a busy port. There are plenty of people walking around. While there are a lot of gnolls here, more gnolls than you would normally see in a city, there are plenty of other races walking around free and everything. However, a lot of the people you see here are in collars or in chains. They are, there's whole strings of chains. There are both gnolls and humans, walking around with whips. This is very much a slave city. It is a city where slaves are bought and sold and traded.
So Indra, get your whip out. This place is just up your alley.
I don't do that for free.
I was just wondering if you had the whole, slave Leia get up, to fit in. Blend.
She's blended all right.
You haven't seen my scales.
You have scales?
Exactly.
Okay, so we're looking for a particular Knoll slave trader, correct?
Princess, something.
Bite lash.
Okay, let me give you the information that you got before you left Kathir. This is information that you were able to get from the library or ask around before you left, or information that Elder Lithin arranges to find out for you before you left, because he's grateful that he's not dead. Once again, the flesh fairs of Okano, as the slave markets are known, are the largest in the Inner Sea region, and at any given time, almost half the population of the city is made up of slavers and their merchandise. Far from being outcast, Knoll slavers are welcome and considered to be the most professional of their ilk. They even have their own slave market known as the Laughing Flesh Fair, on account of the way bidding is done with laughing cries and barks, where, at least in theory, Knolls are the only traders allowed.
Alright, so we need to go to the laughing one.
Also, although openly welcome in the city, the Knoll slavers are despised by many of the other humanoids that work the trade. This is often a case of simple professional jealousy, but it is sometimes from a sense of loathing at how they treat their merchandise. The Knolls are paranoid about security and operate in a web of deceit. Many take pseudonyms and keep their slave pits veiled in mystery. Many of the Knoll slavers keep their merchandise in different locations and keep their most prized possessions in fortified structures away from the flesh fairs. And one of the most successful and civilized Knolls traders is Hyena Princess Najano, a lady of great intelligence and influence. She is so powerful that she operates openly at the Laughing Flesh Fair, and she knows every powerful gnoll in the city.
Yeah, so we need to find this lady.
And just so you know what you're on the same page, why do you need to find her?
Slaves?
I was under the impression we'd probably want to find the one that we know Lulz actually dealt with.
And what was their name?
We have
Biting
to,
Lash?
yeah, I thought we had to find her to find Biting Lash.
Yeah, finding her would be the quickest and easiest way to find Biting Lash. I just wanted to make sure that you had your notes correct and that you knew why you were here.
It has been 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's why we're going over it again. You had notes, and Moon told you that Knowles was working with a slaver called Biting Lash to get supplies and slaves to go into the parched lands, the unmapped and trackless desert waste, where he is looking for an ancient city. So you need to find Biting Lash.
Well, I guess we should use our diplomancer to ask questions around the city so we can find Nejano and then get on her good side.
Sounds like a plan.
Like plans.
Point me in a direction.
Actually, you're the one that needs to point us in a direction.
The, what was it, Laughing Flesh Market? Probably a good place to start.
It is called the Laughing Flesh Fair. And you guys can start wherever you want.
Well, here's a crazy idea. Why doesn't somebody who has really good diplomacy use it to make a gather information check to find out where we should go and who we should talk to?
That's 2 more, actually. Oops.
Would that be diplomacy?
Yes.
Unless your knowledge local is better than your diplomacy.
Nothing's better than my diplomacy.
With those rolls, you know that probably the best place to find her would be the Laughing Flesh Fair. And if you go to the Flesh Fair,
We have no reason not to.
okay, when you get there, you find a building that stinks of blood and sweat and feces. You are surrounded by almost all gnolls. There are other humans and half-orcs and other races there, but it is primarily gnolls. You hear the laughing and yipping barks of the gnolls and the pitiful moans of the slaves and the clink of their chains. Nervous guards surround you everywhere, but those brave enough to attend the auctions like you see that possibly you could find some bargains here. Because it seems like the gnolls are more interested in the flesh of their slaves or their ability to entertain than any sort of artisanal or intelligence in their merchandise.
Well, I don't have a floor that needs sweeping, so I don't really need to buy anything right now.
Once upon a time at the beginning of this campaign, I would have felt morally conflicted about this. But thanks to y'all, I'm just meh.
Character growth.
Well, there's
Really? I killed a hag for wanting to enslave people. So I'm suggesting if somebody here is going to be talking, they start doing it quick. Unless you want me to wait outside.
I guess I would find a fellow human-looking person. Not anybody too fancy, but somebody who looks reasonably well-dressed, but not overly attended to make an easy approach.
Okay.
And a dude, because, boobs.
You can give me a diplomacy check. Anybody can give me a diplomacy check or a perception check. That's a profession check.
He's a slave trader.
I'm retarded.
Granted, Victor used to track down the slaves.
This is a boat!
That's better.
And so your check was the 39?
Yes.
Okay. About the same time that Sala's check, she's talking up a nice guy. He's a guard. At first he's kind of nervous and not nervous as in scared, but nervous as in twitchy because he's, on duty. Eventually he relaxes enough and he informs you, like, oh yeah, the hyena princess, that's her and her entourage over there. About the same time, Victor hears some people basically gossiping about the hyena princess, and they are looking at this large entourage where a lovely Knoll is sitting and watching the slave trading. Once again, that's Hyena Princess. That's what she looks like.
Verbal.
By the way, Sani, small aside, I'll have you know that when we showed that to Cece, she, typed out Squee and was quite pleased with it. She's like, it's the prettiest Knoll I've ever seen.
Hey,
Yeah, that's what I...
Single?
Down, boy. Down.
I'm sure you and her pseudo-penis will get along very well.
Because that's a thing.
Not in the way most of the Twisted Gamers think of it.
No, they have actual penises on their chicks.
You can see her sitting in the stands and watching the flesh fair, looking for bargains.
I'm looking for
And the rest of the Knolls and other people give her and her entourage a wide berth. They don't seem to be afraid, but they do seem to be respectful.
Does she have a major domo or something that we can go talk to?
Right now, it appears that she is currently talking to another group of Knolls, and she has 2 bodyguards with her, a short, muscular, human-looking woman, and what appears to be a halfling swaddled in black robes with a monkey perched on his shoulder.
You said that there were people gossiping nearby. What were they speaking about her?
They were just speaking about some deals that she had recently managed to accomplish, getting some good slaves, selling them for a good price.
Well, I asked my gentleman friend how one would traditionally approach the princess to speak to her, and what kind of faux pas we can avoid.
Well, make sure you're polite and respectful, and whatever you do, do not act aggressive, because if they see that, they're going to react to it and possibly put you in chains or put you in their bellies.
Whew, well, thank you. I go discuss with the group. So, with that little bit of information, maybe some of our more, let's say, heated members should just sit this little one out here.
Hey, I'm great with slaves. I find them all the time.
So which one of y'all speaks Knoll?
I have comprehend languages.
So once again, which one of you speaks Knoll?
I have the other language thing too.
Tongues.
Yeah, but you need to activate it.
Because if you're going to deal with one of these, people that's a slave trading princess and whatnot, probably be good to speak her language. Even if you don't speak it to her, at least you'll know what the people around her are planning for you.
I do have tongues.
Can you place that on Indra?
I don't know.
I believe he can, that is what he did at the party that we went to.
Who would the Null Princess be more comfortable with? I think Amos.
Amos already speaks Knoll.
Noli.
Well, do we want Indra? Does Indra speak Null?
Nope. I
So-
speak Anglo.
I think we should have Indra go up there with tongues cast on her, and maybe have Amos as her bodyguard.
I could be your slave.
Let's avoid the whole, we look good in chains route.
Don't want to give him ideas.
I just want an excuse to rub oil all over my body.
Maybe later, Tiger.
Okay, I can cast tongues on Indra. So you're good for 120 minutes.
Excellent. I can understand all the words.
And speak them.
And then Victor will get in a position to where he can look over the group while at the same time paying attention to anyone that might be approaching the princess.
You can only speak one language at a time, but you can understand several languages at the same time.
Okay, so what are you going to do?
I'm going to approach the princess with lots of I'm gonna walk up slowly, confidently, hands where one can see it, but not like all like hands up, surrender kind of shit. Just I don't want to say friendly, but casual like. Trying to be very clear in my demeanor that I ain't here to start shit because I don't want to get hit.
Crumb will be a part of her entourage.
As you approach, you do hear some not so subtle growls from the assembled gnolls. The human woman steps in your way and says to you, "Stop! Step back!"
I wish to speak to the princess, if that is at all possible.
I don't care what you want. Step off.
Then would I be able to discuss what my business if I take a step back?
You can discuss whatever you want.
Gives a look to the boys, does a sigh, and then takes a theatric half step back.
The woman takes a step forward and shoves you back further.
Amos interposes himself and stands there in his all celestial armor and celestial shield and acts like he really is like one of a very small percentage of people at his level in this city. Move.
Just what I don't know who you think you are.
Touch her again, and I'll take your hand.
Not if I take yours first, you pathetic little. And as she starts reaching for a weapon, the hyena princess howls from behind you, desist! The woman looks a little bit subdued and withdraws, but you can hear her spitting and spewing insults under her breath. The hyena princess walks forward and says, I do apologize for my subordinate. Please, what do you have to say? She is speaking in common.
Then, because I got the magic on me, might as well fucking use it. I talked to her in the knoll. I'm like, this is a place of commerce, and I seek to deal for, no, that doesn't sound right. I'm here to see if there's some information that you might help me learn stuff.
Oh, and what information would that be?
I seek the whereabouts of a particular resident of the city, and I have been told all the way from leagues away. I've been told that if anybody knew where they were, it would be you. And instead of spending days dealing with lesser beings, I have come to see if the stories are true.
And who exactly was it that you were looking for, dear?
Oh, the eyelashes are so pretty. I'm seeking a gnoll named Biting Lash.
Okay, Sally, give me a diplomacy check, and everyone can give me a sense motive.
Can I assist her diplomacy? Because I'm awesome.
You can assist her diplomacy. What are you going to do to assist her diplomacy?
You're right, I just sense motive instead. Maybe, if I can find the damn macro button.
And that's my sense motive.
Okay, those of you with a sense motive over 20 can make out that Najeno, when you say Biting Lash, there is a spark of recognition. However, it's obviously she's concealing it. She stepped closer to you and starts to speak quietly so that everyone can overhear, and she says, and what exactly is your interest in this Biting Lash?
Simply that they dealt with someone we are seeking, and we just wish to find out what they told our God, quarry's not the word I'm looking for.
Quarry's a pretty good word.
That is the reality of the situation, but I'm trying to sound benign. They might be besties for all we know.
These are gnolls.
Yeah, think about these people that you're talking to.
Alright. The Biting Lash dealt with our quarry, and we seek to find the trail before the scent is too cold.
Well, obviously this lovely place, while perfect for the business at hand, is not quite a relaxed environment in which to speak. If you could perhaps call on me later at my estate later, I would be happy to discuss this with you further.
I am sure such a thing can be arranged.
Wonderful. You'll find my estate up in the northern side, or not the northern, sorry, that's the west. The western side, up in the hills. You'll know it by the waterfalls. And she gives you directions to what is called trying to see where it's written. Her estate is called There we go. The Palace of Waterfalls. And if you look at the map, let's see, the flesh fairs, the laughing flesh fairs are down here. And the Palace of Waterfalls is all the way at the north up here. You know, up there by the river. And she invites you to join her there this evening, and she would love to speak with you then. But as you can see, I am here on business. If you would please excuse me, I would much prefer to get back to the auction at hand.
Of course, and thank you for the invitation and for speaking to us.
Oh, you're quite welcome. I look forward to seeing you this evening.
Can I do a sense motive and like figure out if she's planning a trap for us or something?
No, she seems, well, not exactly, like, completely friendly. She does seem like she's not planning anything nefarious.
Okie dokie.
Though as you start to leave, the woman who was her guard is glaring at you, and she narrows her eyes, and she, behind the hyena princess's back, she makes like a cutthroat motion across her neck. She's basically giving Sala the biggest stink eye.
You know what? I don't even have time for bitches, nothing like this, so it's just like, whatevs.
Victor is going to keep an eye on the group to make sure nobody picks their pockets. Because it seems like that kind of place.
There is nobody picking pockets in this area. You get the sense that if anyone was caught picking pockets in this place, they might have the offending hand immediately bitten off. So it's not exactly a popular spot for the pickpockets. However, you do see a lot of gnolls looking at you as you walk by kind of appraisingly. Though when they see Amos and Victor, and to a small extent Crumb, their appraising looks kind of diminish. Basically, they're kind of sizing you up for slaves, and then they see your fighters and decide it's not worth it.
Hey, Victor's wearing his celestial armor under his clothes.
Yeah, but he's got a look about him.
Yeah, Amos not so much. He's got celestial full plate and a celestial shield, so he looks like a big fucking shining beacon of, you know,
Badass. And Ermin's just kind of.
I could be a paladin. They don't know.
A paladin in a slave market. It's worth a bull in a china shop.
So is there anything else you would like to do before you head off to meet the princess?
I don't know. We planning on getting lodging or something here, or is there anything else we need to do? Like any last minute shopping anyone has?
Can we find out any information on Biting Lash? That way we can go into this discussion with some knowledge of what, you know, he might be doing. And why she's familiar with him.
Yeah, you can give me a diplomacy or a knowledge local check.
Yeah.
When you're just, gathering information, Some of the citizens that you talk to, they try to warn you all from getting involved with Knoll business. They say that Knolls are horribly vicious slavers, and you should really avoid them if at all possible. But then people who speak like that, towards the end of the conversation, they start getting twitchy and looking over their shoulders as if making sure that there are no Knolls around hearing them say that.
Kind of like how before somebody tells a really racist joke, they always kind of look over their shoulder for the black guy.
Yeah. Others, when you ask them about biting lash, and they're like, they kind of give you a sly look, like, thinking about messing up the operations, huh? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Perhaps, yes.
But eventually you do get the information that the name Biting Lash is a pseudonym. But almost all of the Knoll slavers actually take pseudonyms and use assumed names when they're selling their slaves because they're super paranoid. The Princess Najano doesn't because she's that powerful. Biting Lash primarily deals with people that she already knows, eschewing the flesh bearers when it comes to selling her own slaves. She is highly paranoid about betrayal and goes to great lengths to keep the details of her inventory a secret. She is known to use subordinates and spies to purchase new slaves at the flesh fairs instead of going there in person. And like most Knoll traders, she likes anonymity and even changes her appearance regularly.
So, what is our feeling? What are our chances that this is all a ruse that's going to be an attempt to try to capture us?
Well, I think the chances are usually against us because, well,
Well, I mean, at least Najano didn't seem like she had it out for us.
think about what we've done up until now. I think we'll be okay. But she's probably going to try something fishy.
Well, I'm sure whatever she's going to do is going to be to her benefit. It's not like she's going to be magnanimous and shit.
That'd be a nice, welcomed change, though.
Well, so do you have anything you want to do, or do you want to skip right to the part where you go meet the princess?
Out of anyone else's mouth, that phrase could sound benign, dare I say exciting. Coming out of yours, it's like filled and tinged with menace and fear-inducing, like, unpleasantness. No offense.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Well, I'm not aware of anything else we need to do in this city. I mean, the whole reason we're here is to find Biting Lash, so I don't think there's like a movie playing or anything. The Knoll and I.
Well, as you walk through the city, you see, full of Knolls, not a happy looking place, dirty, rough, filthy. There are scores of lesser flesh fairs, and you see slaves being marched all over the place. The rest of the city is a slippery mess of alleyways and streets, a confusing maze of sunless dead ends and corners where cutthroats happily welcome those with bulging pockets. But you all do not look like easy pickings, so you are mostly left alone as you make your way north through or west through the city. When you arrive where the instructions tell you to go, you find a lovely palace that is graced by spring water falling from high in the mountains above. The water is used to great effect, with a whole wing built above a lake. You all, when you reach the gates, are expected and welcomed inside. You are escorted to a high open room with cloth screens swaying lazily in the breeze. When you arrive, Najano is here in a bath. You are escorted here by an angry but forcefully cordial human woman who you met previously. The princess is partially submerged in milk and is attended by a group of 8 slaves. The slaves walk throughout the room, offering you and her dates and figs, while 2 of them wave large fans to cool the princess.
I take one of the offered treats, though not quite eating it yet. I wait for our host and follow her lead.
Yeah, she.
Victor will smell one of the dates to make sure that it's not, toxic.
It smells like a date.
Oh, it's a date.
I'll take a few dates.
I want to go on a date with the princess.
I'm just picturing some like Indiana Jones dead monkey on the scene here.
Yeah.
Cheese, monkey bread.
Monkey brains.
If only somebody's resistant to poison it. Oh, wait.
Bad dates.
Princess, thank you for your hospitality.
You have purified food and drink if it makes you feel better.
Oh, welcome to my humble home.
It's an honor to be here, ma'am.
Now, you mentioned before a name that someone you were looking for.
Biting Lash.
Biting Lash, Biting Lash. It sounds familiar, and I might be able. It might mean something, but I just can't focus. I'm just so distracted lately.
There's that moment where it's not quite a sigh, but it's like, all right, here it comes. Princess,
Really? Because it kind of looked like you knew who we were talking about back in the slave market.
Indra holds up a hand to try to stop Victor from with his words and the talking and the such.
Well, like I said, the name sounds familiar, but you see, I'm just so terribly worried. One of my dear beloved friends has been kidnapped, and with that hanging over my head, I simply cannot focus on anything else.
And I suppose the returning of your friend would be something that would relieve your demeanor such that you would actually remember where Biting Latch might be. Correct?
Oh, well, if this horrible situation was resolved, then I'm quite sure I would be able to focus more intently on discovering exactly why this name seems familiar.
And perhaps if this small service was provided for you, I'm guessing there was probably be some sort of financial I can't. Words are not good tonight. It is horrible for a wordy character. I'm sure there would be some sort of reward for our such a service performed for you. Correct?
Well, if you were able to find and retrieve my dear friend Dahab alive, I would probably be able to remember not only who Biting Lash is, but also where this figure might be found.
For such a service, I would almost, and given the amount of stress and discomfort it's caused you, I could almost believe that it would be worth even more than just those two small bits of information.
Well, I'm sure I might be able to come up with some small reward. Though, there's also the possibility that whoever took my dear friend. You see, I am quite powerful, and I have many enemies, wealthy enemies. And I'm quite sure that in the efforts you will hopefully undertake to find my friend, these wealthy enemies could drop a few things.
I like where this is going.
I'm sure such a thing might take place. There just might also need to be this is going to take our time. And, everyone's time deserves to be recompensated for in some manner.
There is a difference between spoils and rewards.
Well, like you said, you are looking for this biting lash. If your search for this person isn't that important, then I'm sure I could find someone else to help me retrieve my dear friend.
Okay, pops a day in the mouth, doesn't even care if it's poison. This shit's power play now. Total eye contact, which you don't do with dogs, even if she's just a dog lady. Be like, we both have something the other needs, and truly it's below both of us to play this coy for what money you're going to give us. So why don't we just make this easy? You give us the information, we do this job, we come back with your friend, and you pay us.
Or I can not give you the information and have you thrown from my palace.
You're making friends quick.
Indeed.
I am going to try to intimidate the hyena princess. Because, motherfucker, why not?
Aeons just starts laughing.
I'm the only alpha bitch around here.
Well, you're half right.
Wait a second.
Alright, let me get her stats.
So Indra finally downed a bottle of Groaset. Maybe not at the best time.
Against somebody who has literally grown a set. Another lady with a giant set of the hyena balls. Wait, do lady hyenas have testicles, or is it just the pseudo?
No, they don't have
Just the pseudo.
testicles.
And they
That's so weird, Indra.
No, you gotta understand, our friend Cece, like, her favorite animal is a hyena, and so we get hyena facts all the time.
Yeah,
and the whole penis thing has come up before.
that's why I said it's not like certain weirdos in games think it is. That's not how it works. They just have a very highly developed clit. That's
Yes.
all.
The hyena princess looks right back at you.
And her balls drop.
God, this is going to turn into another Yearsy thing.
I get that reference.
And she says, if you don't want my assistance,
I'll explain
then
later.
you don't have to take it.
Man, we would like your assistance, and we'll find your friend.
Son of a bitch!
It-
Trying to jump on the boat and I hit my face!
There's no need to play hardball here. We all want to help each other out here.
Yes, NPCs can have class levels too.
How close was I?
You were close.
Damn it.
Close enough.
No, in Anno's game, I tried playing a tough character, and my dice hate me, and I invariably talk a lot of shit, and then end up missing jumps and smacking my face on boats, or, as we finish it off, I got my face blown off, because I set my face in front of a door.
You were pretty badass in combat. It was skill rolls that you always borked on.
Yeah, kind of like our game now, huh?
You know what? It's very nice of you to say that, but I did get a 46. That's pretty good.
It is pretty good, however, she is high level, and also there is a bonus, or not a bonus, but you get a negative to charisma checks while you're in Okano because you're not a gnoll.
But I'm a snake.
Doesn't matter, you're not a gnoll.
Damn it.
Nolly.
Fine.
Spoke Noel.
So Victor's going to speak up in common. Who is this friend of yours that you seem to have trouble locating? And he'll hand the plate of dates to Indra.
Balls in your
Ladies. Just the handfuls in my mouth, angry.
Well, just to make sure that you do everything in your power to help my friend, I will send 2 of my associates to watch over you from a discreet distance. I would, of course, be furious if any harm came to my assistants or my friend.
Well, if your assistant's trying to kill us, that's on them.
So, you're going to send people to follow us, not be with us so that we could protect them in any way, shape, or form, and still hold us to keeping them safe? Yeah, alright, yeah.
No, I'm telling you, don't kill my employees.
Yeah.
Is one of them the wench that was starting trouble back at the flesh market?
Yes.
I would choose.
Though I assure you, she will not interfere.
That's good, because if she does, I'm going to kill her.
He will.
If you don't, I would, if she caused any problems.
The definition of problems is pretty nebulous.
We'll do our best not to kill your agents.
I'm not making promises I can't
I
keep.
said we'll do our best.
My best is killing people. It's not negotiating.
Yeah, well, I'm sure we have plenty of people to kill.
Anyway,
We're in the middle of a
Who
town
is
that
this
hates
friend?
us.
I ask
don't
again.
think we should, like, make waves.
look, if the 2 women want to get in an argument, that's between them. I take contracts. The contract is find the friend.
The princess waves to one of her slaves, who brings out a tray on which there is a box and a note. As the slave brings the box and the note over towards you, The princess says, "My dear friend Dahab acted as one of my spies and information brokers. He has contacts around and about Okino, in particular at the Black Circus, where he knew a beast tamer called Ramir. And he also frequented the Temple of Gozra, where he knew a builder called Azim. They may know more about what happened to him." You see, I have many rivals, and I am unsure who would take my employee. But those who have him have sent a part of him, his right ear, as you can see. And the slave opens the box in which there is an ear.
That's pretty.
Is it a person ear or a knoll ear?
It is a person ear.
That's pretty messed up.
With it came a message saying that other parts will follow unless I met with them at a place called the Shipwreck at dawn, though the day is not specified. The note in the ear appeared outside my home here yesterday. Naturally, I do not wish to meet with an extortionist. However, your fortuitous arrival might help. If you find and retrieve Dahab alive, I will help you find Biting Lash.
What if he's already dead?
I don't believe he is, because they did say they would send more parts. They are apparently attempting to get me, and they know that killing my associate outright would not accomplish that.
Good point. Victor will take the ear and put it into his pocket.
In case we need to match it up later.
No, it's so that our resident cleric can heal it back on.
Sure.
The note that accompanies the ear says, "Esteemed Princess, greetings from the unworthy. I am honored to bring your beloved serf to bosom as my guest, but his appetite is so great that unless I act, he'll eat everything I have. Therefore, I therefore return him to you piece by piece, part by part, unless you wish to discuss his fate at the shipwreck at dawn."
Guess that's where we're going.
We should probably find out who the person is before we show up.
Good call.
We should also find out who these people called the Unworthy are, if that's a name given to a particular group,
They're not
and where this place, the shipwreck, is.
Give me a linguistics check.
Haha.
I am not trained in that.
I trained it.
Okay.
That's how I got Aklo.
And like the princess says, Dahab had contacts in the Black Circus, where he knew a beast tamer, and he also frequented the Temple of Gozra, where he knew a builder who was working on the dome.
Are there any other conditions to your contract? Or is it pretty much just find your friend alive?
Find my friend alive and bring him back to me.
And don't kill your associates unless they try and kill us.
Exactly.
Actually, it was, it wasn't just kill, it was interfere, hinder, pretty broad-based.
I'm sure I can use my good sense. I have one last question, Princess.
Yes?
Why milk?
Why,
The skin.
it's excellent for my complexion and fur coat.
Okay.
Yeah, these two bitches hate each other. Totally both look at Victor like, duh.
Do I look like someone who takes care of his skin?
Obviously not.
Give me this moment to bond. Come on.
Look, I take my baths to keep my scent down. That's about it.
All right, so what do y'all want to do?
Well, the Temple of Gozra sounds interesting. If nothing ever goes wrong in a temple.
No, never.
Would one of our resident religious people like to tell me more about Gozra?
Certainly.
My hat makes me smart about religion. Kinda.
Gojra is the god slash goddess of the wind and wave, god slash goddess of storms and the ocean. I say god slash goddess because this deity will flip back and forth depending on their mood and their location.
So we're going into a temple about an unpredictable god. Wonderful.
Gajra is not unpredictable. Gajra is it very much a god of nature. Uh, Worshipped a lot in ocean-going ports because to keep storms away and good winds and stuff like that.
My vote's on the temple first, then the Black Circus if we need to. Because circus means, can mean a lot of things, but it could mean clowns and, well,
Clowns are scary.
yeah. You don't have to have a phobia of them to find them unnerving.
Okay, the Temple of Gajra is down here. It is this large building. Okay, and you go to the temple. At the temple, there's a carved great dome that crowns this temple to Gajra in Stone Town. And it seems like this shrine is quite busy. There is, over the dome, which seems to be fractured at one point, there is a massive scaffolding and workers that scramble over it.
Looks like they had an accident.
Is it like a recent thing?
This occurred when something that's not spelled out in this adventure happened. So it doesn't say how it happened, so no one gets to know. It's just, the temple is broken and they're repairing the roof.
It's an overabundance of pigeon poop.
It's a very large fish.
Well, Indra, do you want to see if your silver tongue can go try and figure out anyone that might have known Dahab?
Sure.
Make sure to polish the oxidation off.
Now, the princess did say that one of his known associates was here, a man called Azim.
Azim, light.
So I will try to find someone to speak to and see about going and speaking with Azim.
Lilu Dallas Multipass.
All right, give me a diplomacy check to chat up some of the workers. Oh yeah, before you know it, you've got a bunch of construction workers gathered around you.
Of course.
And they're more than happy to listen to you talk and tell you whatever you want to know. And one of them was like, "Oh, Azim? Oh yeah, great guy. He's one of our foremen."
Well, I need to speak to him. Do you know where he is?
"Sure, he's right up there." And he points to the scaffolding at the top of the dome.
Oh boy.
Do you need a ride up?
Yes.
Grab her and fly up.
Oh, okay, so you can fly.
Can you carry her?
I believe so. Because I believe with my prehensile hair hex, I use my int as strength.
That's only for your hair.
Yeah, that's only when you're using your hair.
Yes, I know.
Are you lifting me with your hair?
Bitch, I might be.
You're Medusing me.
Unless anybody else has a quicker way up?
There might be stairs.
There are ladders and such going up there, but they look old and rickety. And there's also the stairs and also narrow planks and such.
I will ask one of my new construction worker pals if he could go and get Azim for me.
Says, "No, I don't think that's going to work. He's busy up there, and he doesn't like to come down when he's working."
Just take the hair, man. It's okay.
Here, you know what? Fuck it. I will carry her just in case. So this way you don't have to be like wrapped in hair and.
I'm fine with wrapped with hair. I want to know that the hair is going to work before I fall. I don't want to accidentally snatch Erevan bald and end up like flat.
If Erevan is using the hair to carry you, the flight hex will allow him or her to carry you up wrapped in hair, just because that amuses me.
See?
Rapunzel, down your hair.
Yeah.
So you are carried in the gentle swaddling of hair up about 200 feet to the top of the dome, where you see a man with a slight frame and who is wiry. Although he's barely in his middle years, his withered skin makes him look older, and he is working on the roof. And he seems a little bit surprised to see someone with super long hair flying up carrying somebody else.
Erevan seems entirely nonplussed by the whole situation. She's just fairly standard deadpan.
What if you carry me up?
Because you hit on tags.
Can Victor acrobatics his way up there?
He's doing
Yes.
Batman that shit.
Can you
I'm
get
gonna-
out of your hair?
The hair's going to stay around here for the time being, just in case.
What is your minimum acrobatics check?
What do you mean?
What is the lowest you could possibly roll if you rolled a 1?
22.
Okay, so yeah, there are there's like 10 acrobatics checks you gotta get up there, but you could roll the 1 and succeed, so I'm not gonna make you roll them.
Flip, flip, flip.
Yeah, so you basically flip your way up there. You parkour up the scaffolding.
Amos just looks up and does a knee owl and flies.
That's pretty flippant of you guys to go up there.
So now Chrome is the only one sitting there on the ground.
I'm cool with a bunch of construction men, you know, whatevs.
We come back down, he's got this whole little village people thing going on.
I was just gonna say that.
Playing with the boys.
Oh god, shirtless. It's like, hey, I know this awesome game where we hit a ball over a net. Awesome.
Play some volleyball.
Yeah, you guys are gonna come down and Chrome's gonna be playing beach volleyball with all the buff construction workers.
You know it. Like,
It's totally not gay if we oil each other up, bro.
Exactly. See, I told you I'm gonna oil myself up sometime in this session.
It happened. It happened. So I'm on a roof with a small redhead wrapping her hair around me in some sort of protective fashion.
No, it's not protective. She just got a hold on you. It's wrapped around your neck.
But that'll make it hard, and I'll fall and I'll hurt.
The guy on the roof, he looks surprised to see you, but he wipes some sweat off his brow and sets down his hammer and he's like, hi? Can I help you?
Sorry, I was in the middle of a yawn. I start to talk and then I pull a hair out of my mouth, or at least I start to, and then it turns into like the clown gag where I'm pulling like yards of just one hair out of my mouth.
No, it's around your waist.
My way's funnier.
You're not pulling it out of your mouth.
Then I say, yes, we were told you were up here. So you are Aziz?
Yeah, I'm Aziz.
We are seeking information about a friend of yours.
Oh?
Dahab.
What do you need to know about Dahab?
When'd you last see him?
A few days ago. Why?
Seth's motivating him.
Yeah, he's being completely honest.
He's gone missing, and the trade princess is looking for him.
He's gone missing.
Yeah,
What?
do you know anyone who has it particularly out for him?
No, Dahab's a great guy and everyone likes him.
Know anybody named the Unworthy?
No. I mean, I hear people call themselves that all the time, kind of talking to someone above their station, kind of, sucking up.
Do you know anybody who would resort to such tactics to try to get at the princess?
Well, yeah, a lot of people here would. If you haven't noticed, it's a city full of gnolls. They're kind of backstabbing, sneaky, intrigue-loving, all that stuff.
Let me rephrase that. Can you think of anybody who dislikes her enough to do this and has the resources to pull it off in a manner that is conceivable that they would get away with it?
I'm not really versed on the whole who's who. I'm just a construction foreman. I'm not really big into the politics,
What's the shipwreck?
Shipwreck? It's a plaza of broken ship timbers. It's a kind of a slum.
Did Dahab seem strange or mention anyone lately that he was wary of?
Not that I was wary of. I mean, he was on cloud 9 these past few days.
Why is that?
Oh.
Oh, well, he met someone.
Who?
Oh, he met a guy named Fazar, and they really hit it off. And you know how it is when people first start dating, they're in that honeymoon phase. It's super sweet and annoying to everyone around them.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Any idea where this partner is?
Yeah, his name's Fazar. He works in the tannery quarter. He has his own tannery.
Well, you've been quite a help. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. If there's anything else I can do to help, let me know. I mean, that Dahab's a friend of mine, and if he's in trouble, there's not much I can do to help. But if there's anything else I might be able to tell you, just
Can you describe him physically to us?
no, I've actually never met the guy. It just Dahab's told me about him,
No, I
like
mean,
incessantly.
can you describe Dahab?
Oh yeah, Dahab is Let me find description of Dahab. Yeah, it doesn't really give a description of Dahab, so just general person like description.
Okay. Victor will recognize him when he sees him.
Yes.
Victor will remember this.
Well, that's all the information I need, I think.
BRB.
Yeah, this would be a good time for a break.
God, yes, I need some caffeine. I'm starting to yawn.
Everyone take 5.
Okay.
So we gotta find a Dibadabs and his boyfriend.
Yep.
This guy must be hot, man. Everybody wants him. we taking a break?
Use them.
Oh, okay. Everybody's quiet. I was like, what?
I am back.
Welcome back.
Foms puts out cat food for the stray cats in the neighborhood, and not only does it feed the stray cats in the neighborhood, it also feeds other wildlife like big possum, small possum, and Stumpy Tail the raccoon.
Isn't that pretty much how you got Jack?
Yeah. He started doing it because Jack showed up, and he started feeding Jack, and other cats came by to get food as well. And now that we have Jack, he can't just stop feeding the other cats. That wouldn't be fair.
You're right. That wouldn't be.
Raccoons are so much more useful. They have thumbs.
And I'm back.
Wibbles.
Welcome back.
So just a reminder, I will have to leave in an hour.
Yep.
Okay.
I do apologize for that.
Okay. Because there is a definite stopping point for this. If y'all don't reach that, we can keep going and just inform you what happens when you get back or next week.
Okay.
It means you won't be able to hit on the princess again, but you're just gonna have to live with that.
Oh, damn.
No, after the campaign's over, he's probably going to come back and hit on the princess, just because that's his jam.
Well, I'm playing volleyball right now with workers. Okay, leave me alone.
You're down there with Noel Val Kilmer.
Playing, getting Kenny Loggins going, man.
By the way, Sani, Ark, we got a new model for the Sabretooth.
I heard about that. I haven't had a chance to see it though. Anyways, everybody back?
Yep.
Show.
Faux show.
Okay. So, you have been told information by Azim. What are you going to do now?
I'm gonna finish my volleyball game and then, figure out what happened above.
Victor's gonna parkour his way back down, and guess we can head off to the tannery.
Yup, yup.
Okay, the tanner's quarter is over here. It's where all the tanneries are. There are more than one.
Yeah, you don't want a tannery in the middle of the city.
Yeah, they have a tendency to stink.
Over here, there is a large open courtyard, 100 yards across, and there are tanning vats and pits of local traders. And immediately behind this district are huge piles of animal feces mounted against the back walls. So it smells like piss and poo.
It smells like a tannery.
It smells like a lot of tanneries. There's not one tannery here. There are, more than several.
That's good. Have them in one area.
Well, I really hope it doesn't get worse than this. Well, Indra, you want to go make friends here too?
Okay, psych myself up, game face, try not to smell the stank, and I try to find somebody to talk to, somebody who looks friendly and not
Covered in
exceptionally busy and or covered in excrement.
You see plenty of people going in and out. You see merchants walking around, people shopping.
I need somebody who works here, but
Okay.
maybe who's a clerk that takes some orders versus somebody who is elbow deep in dog shit.
Yeah, you see several clerks in different buildings.
I would like to talk to it.
Well, you can walk right in and talk to one if you want.
Hello, good sir.
Well, hello there. Welcome to Jacoby's Leathers. How can I help you today?
I am looking for someone. A specific someone. Their name starts with it?
Vizier.
Yes.
Nazir.
Nazir.
Oh, Vizier? Oh. Well. I guess you could find Vizier at Sally's Leathers. So why you want to shop there? I don't know.
Gotta return something.
Oh.
Yes.
I'm not surprised. The quality of their leathers has gone straight downhill recently.
We prefer humans.
Oh, gossip time. Why do you think the leather quality's gone down?
Well, Severe, the owner, he has taken time off and he's gone to visit relatives in Katapesh. You know, his cousin, Vizier, has, taken over to run the place, but he's just not any good.
Well, you know what they say, talent is not always inherited.
Isn't that the truth? Once you return whatever unfortunate purchase you've made, please feel free to come back and we can show you good wares.
So the quality going down, has there been any sort of, financial trouble over there?
No, they seem to be still doing business well. It just seems like Vizier just does not have the same dedication to the business that Salier did. I mean, they make this beautiful ochre dye, and Salier has never entrusted anybody else with the secret. I mean, it's his own personal blend. And it seems like they're selling off the stock that he had made before, and while the workers are still coming in and out, I don't think the quality of the newer dyed leather is quite up to par.
Well, I guess that's good for you, huh?
Oh, it's marvelous.
Well, after we return what we have to return, we may have to come back and speak to you about some replacements.
Oh, please do. We're open from sunrise to sunset, and we'll be happy to furnish any of your leather needs.
Thank you very much.
You're quite welcome.
Totally leave. Start chatting with my compadre. So, they're not in real money problems, so maybe not blackmail involved. Kind of making me think that maybe Vizier is a willing contributor to this little thing.
I don't know.
All we know is that the Hat was in a relationship with Vizier. We don't know if Vizier was involved in the whole kidnapping thing. In fact, he may be involved with something else.
I understand that you are not fond of human company, but if someone you are fond of enough to get into that lovey-dovey new relationship bullshit with goes missing, you start looking for him. And
unless
he
somebody
hasn't.
has something on him and is telling him not to go looking. That's why we need to go find him and find out.
Goes back to what I was saying. He might actually be a contributor to this, not just an innocent bystander.
If somebody says don't go to the police or I'll cut his head off, and they cut his ear off, you might not go to the police. Doing nothing is sometimes the best you can do.
Alright, so now we go over to the other tannery.
Okay. You come to another tannery that says Salier's Fine Leathers. It stands over the door.
Is there a clerk at the front desk?
There is. When you walk in, folded stacks of dyed leather fill the well-organized shelves of the store, each labeled with the type of animal the skins are from, as well as the going price for wholesale and individual purchases. Boots, gloves, pouches, satchels, and clothing serve as just some of the examples of the fine wares provided here.
Do they have human leather?
No.
Oh.
And there is an attendant there who, when you walk in, he looks at you kind of suspiciously.
Is that how you greet all your customers?
It's like, well, you don't exactly look like merchants.
Look at our.
I do.
We're in the business of buying stuff.
You seem on the edge.
Well, yes, you are rather uh, striking-looking individuals.
Well, we are looking for someone.
But who are you looking for?
Vizier?
Oh, Mr. Vizier, I'm sorry, he's busy and can't be bothered at the moment. He's, quite busy running the tannery. But if there's any purchases you need to make, I'd be glad to assist you.
I can't sense shit.
Sense motive.
Sense of motive, too.
I better get over here and away from the volleyball game.
You're still watching the volleyball game, huh?
It's dangerous.
Anyone who got a sense motive over 25 notices that while she seems to be honest, she does seem to be acting strangely, as if under the influence of something.
Knowing what I know of alchemy, would I be able to identify whatever?
Mike is up.
Yeah.
Sorry. Knowing what I know of alchemy, would I be able to identify or have a guess of what she might be under?
Not by alchemy, but by your knowledge
Spellcraft?
of... Yeah, give me a spellcraft. Yeah, she appears to be under the influence of a spell.
What kind of spell?
A enchantment spell.
A dispel magic spell?
Yep.
You can give me a dispel magic if you want.
Let me find it on my sheet here.
You go first, because I suck at this.
Does Victor notice anything peculiar about the area?
Maybe we should go take a look in the back.
I now have a +4/+4 Cha belt. Whiz belt. It's amazing.
You mean headband?
Yeah, sure. Headband.
You wear your belts on your head. Yeah.
Yes.
That's how big of a head he has.
I'm a ninja.
It's chrome. It's a cock ring.
Meh.
Whoa.
Don't want to be. I don't want to make people blush, you know.
Okay, so your dispel magic. Give me the caster level, or give me the dispel check.
Well, dang.
Okay, yeah. Whatever spell was on this woman seems to disappear.
Everyone kind of waves her hand, then motions for Indra to continue.
These are not the droids you're looking for.
Now that that's out of the way, we need to speak to Vizier, and we'd like you to tell us the truth now.
The truth? Vizier's the manager, and
He's in the back, yes?
well, yes, but you can't go back there. It's
Yes, we can. Why don't you show us which one is Vizier?
She seems a little bit confused, but she's like, I'm so. Oh, hang on. Forgot to actually put you on the map. There you go.
And the door to the south is the one that we came in?
Yes.
Alright. So again, in a very firm voice, I say to this woman, you need to take us to Vizier. It's important.
Now.
Okay. Give me a diplomacy or intimidate check.
I assisted.
Your helper!
Are you making a diplomacy check or an intimidate check?
You know what? Since I've got this awesome help, why don't I go with a diplomacy check?
She's like, I understand you need to see it, but I can't let you in. I'm sorry.
Why can't you listen?
Well, because it's my job to man the front and to not let people in the back because that's where all the work is done.
Victor's gonna take out, what's the guy's name? Dad's ear and show it to the clerk.
She's like,
Yeah, Vizier's friend is missing this, and we're trying to locate the friend, so Vizier probably really wants to talk with us.
She rushes to the door and opens it and goes through.
Victor will put the ear back in his pocket.
And you can hear her saying, "There are madmen with disembodied ears out here!"
Yeah, that works too.
And roll initiative. Hang on, let me get the initiative tracker up.
Shibuya roll call.
In my head, Victor has pulled up this ear, shown it to this woman, and she goes right to the door. He looks back over his shoulder, looks at it, see, that's how it's done. Then roll for initiative. Motherfucker.
Alright, Victor.
Alright, Victor will use a swift action to study the target far across the room in the top. That guy. And then he will start flinging some arrows. And the guy at the top dies, he'll go with the guy at the south.
We just wanted to ask some questions and now we are killing everyone.
That's kind of how things are settled in this rough and tumble world.
Well, we are in a very rough town.
Really, are you surprised?
Yeah,
I had hopes that we were going to be less murder hobo-y than the Pokemon team, but I mean, it was apparently a vain hope.
well, there's
Okay.
a time for diplomacy and there's a time for showing people disemboweled ears.
And honestly, when the GM says roll for initiative and you haven't attacked someone, you're not being a murder hobo, you're defending yourself.
I mean, we are defending ourselves.
Actually, you're attacking the guards, so you're kind of breaking and entering.
Nah, man.
It doesn't work that way when you say, oh, roll for initiative. They were making aggressive actions towards us. He just happened to get his arrows off first.
Yeah,
Self-defense, man.
because they're guards that are guarding this building.
Well, if they weren't feeling froggy, they shouldn't jump.
If people draw their weapons against me, that's their fault.
It's a good thing I have a neutral alignment, so I really don't give a shit about your, equivocations.
You do.
Okay, your first two arrows, take the guy in the top out.
You need to roll the crit for the bottom guy?
Go for it.
Okay, let's see. I'm just gonna roll the whole attack round and try and do this math.
You really should just make individual attack macros instead of your big super macro, because it's going to get more and more convoluted each time.
Yeah, I have a macro for my initial attack and my second attack, separate ones.
Okay, so a 21.
That confirms.
Alright, so let's take the...
Which one are you shooting at?
The one on the bottom. So the third attack with the sneak will do 40 plus 17 plus 19. So that's 76 on the third hit to the guy at the bottom.
Okay.
Does that kill him?
Yeah.
Then the
Like
fourth
the guy in the upper corner, he's lying there bleeding out. The guy you just shot, he's gone. You can tell his eyes are wide open, staring at you in shock and not blinking ever again.
And then the fourth arrow will go in the guy in front of Amos. That's 37 damage.
Okay. The guy in front of Amos takes a swing at Amos. Do those hit your flat-footed?
I see nothing, so...
Oh. I apparently didn't fix that. Let's try that again. There you go.
Yeah, no, not even close.
Crumb.
Well, I have buddies taking arrows out and shooting them, so let's go take a look and see what the hell is going on. And then I will give Amos bull strength. I'm going to give Amos bull strength, and I am done.
Amos.
All right. The one who's unhurt first.
The guy directly to your east is hurt.
Yeah, I know. I said I'm going. That's why I highlighted the other one.
I didn't see him.
This is non-lethal, by the way.
Okay, so that was the one right in front of you?
No, I specifically said the one that I highlighted, and that was down below, not injured.
Okay. He's still up. And Amos's attacks will continue after the pizza.
Like pizza.
But the third attack will knock him out. Okay, so Amos knocks that guy out. Indra, what are you gonna do?
I'm like, I just thought we were gonna have a conversation. But
Didn't work.
I move up here. I God, through here, can I see anybody still standing?
Yeah, the guy right in front of Amos is still standing.
Oh. Okay, well, I begin to dance, and then I cast Hold Monster, and I hold that dude, so he can't hit anybody, and I yell out, I have him held! So nobody uses this moment to use him as a pinata and kill him, because, it'd be nice to talk to somebody about where...
You want to actually cast a spell?
Yes.
And, what is the save?
Will.
What is the save?
The number.
I'm gonna look at my sheet here. That's DC. Concentration. What is the save?
It's the caster or the spell level of 4 plus your charisma modifier. If it's an enchantment spell, it's got a +2.
So it's the same formula as the defensive cast.
No. It's the spell level is a 4. What's your charisma modifier?
That is a 6.
So that would make it a... Alright. And then you got the +2 for an enchantment, right?
Mm-hmm. So
And then there's a base of a 10 added to any save DC. So 10 plus 4 plus 6 plus 2, so a DC of 22.
And he rolled a 20. So he is held. Okay, so that means the combat here is over because one guy's unconscious and the other one is frozen.
Alright, good now.
Victor will go collect his arrows.
Indra, grumpy face. Yeah. Gets in here and looks at the dude and is all, why are you here? And why did you draw weapons? I know the answer as soon as I said it out loud. That was a dumb question.
Are these people
Well,
dead?
he's frozen, so he can't do anything.
They can't even talk? Alright, well, I'm gonna hold him so he can't do anything, and... Alright, does anybody see a tanner that looks suspiciously like a Fazir?
Oh, we don't know what Vizier looks like.
We know he's at least a dude.
Is the clerk in here?
Yeah, she's cowering in the corner.
There's gonna look at her. Where's Vizier?
I don't know, please don't hurt me, please don't hurt me!
Where is the antidote?
You don't have a weapon. I'm not gonna hurt you. Where do you think Vizier is?
I don't know, he's in the building somewhere, please don't hurt me!
No, lady, please. Stop. Shut up. If you hadn't come running in here screaming that, you know, and causing this incident, 2 of your friends would still be alive.
Since this is a tannery shop, I'm assuming that there's a great many of tanner products laying around.
Like
No, in this room it's just what looks like a communal room. See, a heavy wooden table covered with cups and plates sits in the middle of the room. By finely carved chairs, crates are stacked in the southern end of the room, and 2 rows of shelves line the northeastern corner. Basically, it's like a small cafeteria.
Does anybody have any rope?
We always got rope. We have tons of rope.
Then we should tie up the guards and the receptionist.
And the guard that's up there by Victor, he's not dead. He's bleeding out.
Oh, I'm gonna go ahead and stabilize him then.
You've been waiting for that for weeks.
No, it's just a nameless,
You know what? Like, chances are eventually we were going to come across somebody who deserved to be stabilized.
Yeah, these
It
aren't
was
necessarily
gonna
people that need to die.
Does somebody want to tie these fucks up?
You're the one.
Yeah, also, your whole person, every round he gets a new roll to try and break free.
That's why I'm suggesting we tie him up quick.
Yes, because he's such a hazard. Let's tie up the yahoos, take away their weapons.
Hey, right as the 3rd round, so right after you finish tying him up, he makes the save.
Whew, thank God. Whew. I mean, I thank God I don't have to keep this up anymore.
Dodged a bullet there.
Victor will look at the guard who's still conscious. Where's Vizier?
Because I'm not telling you anything.
That's fine. We can just look around.
Give me a sense motive. This guy seems unnaturally devoted to his job.
It's his boyfriend.
Like
he's
maybe they're
under a spell,
charmed.
too.
Yeah, like maybe they're charmed.
Well, something fishy's going on here. Luckily, I've got arrows. Victor will check this door for traps.
Also, our stray kitten likes pizza.
Everybody likes pizza.
The door is not trapped.
Well, this door's safe.
Alright, I go through the door.
You see a hallway with a bunch of other doors.
Any traps?
Nope.
I enter the door.
Okay, this simple bedroom contains a studiously made bed, a wooden footlocker, and a simple writing desk.
Well, before we start ransacking the place, let's see if we can't find the guy we're looking for and find out what's going on.
Yeah, we can ransack after. Traps?
Nope. A pair of simple but well-made desks stand against opposite corners or against opposite walls in the small office. Two sturdy metal boxes etched with a repeating pattern and each featuring a hefty lock are bolted to the stone floor nearby.
Either of these last two doors trapped?
No.
I move on in.
This looks like a guest bedroom. This room just says guest bedroom, doesn't even have any box text.
And into the last door.
It is a wide hallway that opens up into a large room to your south, and there are some doors across the hall. From the room to your south, you can smell smells. Lots of smells.
Is this door trapped up here?
No. Okay, this spacious and airy room contains half a dozen large wooden tables covered with untrimmed hides, a wall of wooden racks holding freshly tied or tanned and dyed leather. In this room appear to be four laborers who are cutting and trimming hides, and one person who seems to be overseeing them.
You! Where's Fazir?
I'm Vizier! Who are you? What are you doing in my place? Where are my guards?
They attacked us.
Most of them are back in the waiting room.
You need to get a new receptionist. She just lost it for some reason.
We're here on behalf of the Trade Princess, trying to find, what is his name again?
Dab.
Dahab.
Ahmed.
Vizier looks at you and says, "Oh." And while he's speaking, his voice changes. He says, "Well, I figure the time has come." Roll for initiative.
Did he just turn into a camel?
He's a camel jockey.
Oh, okay. I was like, is he simply riding a camel? I'm confused.
Victor?
Victor uses swift action to study the thing, and what kind of role do I need to identify the thing? Knowledge-wise?
Planes.
Okay, fuck that. In that case, he will identify it with his arrows. Is it immune to sneak attacks?
Nope.
Is that a djinn?
Div.
I'm about to say, if it was a gym, we need to capture this thing.
It's a tonic.
Okay, your first two attacks hit. What types of arrows are you using?
He is using just his regular durable arrows. They're pointy, not blunt.
Okay, they hit, but they do not seem to do full damage.
And that is Victor's turn.
Amos.
Amos will charge.
Okay. Erevan.
Planes, you said?
Yep.
So what, for the knowledge check?
Planes, yes.
Yes, planes. Okay, this is a Paraka div. Divs are like kind of the type of kind of closely related to the not Mediterranean, the Middle Eastern idea of what a devil is.
Mm.
They are evil outsiders.
Okay. Immune to mind altering effects.
Doesn't appear to be.
In that case, I'm going to hit it with the evil eye and give it the -4 to saves.
It saves.
That's really just a formality.
Eh.
Also, make sure to ask next time about resistances and immunities rather than just a single thing.
Right.
Yeah, and also you would actually have to move up closer because you're not in range of your hex.
Oh, you're right.
You'd have to be in front of Victor right now because behind him you'd still be too far.
Okay, Indra.
I I begin to dance, and I cast haste. And can I do a knowledge planes to try to fill in the rest of the hole in our knowledge?
Yep. That's not gonna get you anything.
Son of a bitch. Well, then that's what I do.
Okay, she attacks Amos. This is her first attack. That is her second attack. And that's her third attack.
Amos slaps her attacks away with a little tiny bit of disdain.
Ugh, this bitch.
And then she will 5-foot step back. And Crumb.
I'm gonna move and cast Bless.
Victor.
Victor will shoot some more arrows. Indra's dance is what, +4?
Correct.
I was pushing the wrong damn button to talk again. Damn it! Plus the 1d6 for sonic damage.
And one more attack for the haste. So does a 30 hit?
Yep.
For 18 sonic damage as well.
And the vibrations of the sonic damage take her down. And when she hits the ground, her body disappears, shimmering out of existence, and everything she was wearing drops to the ground.
Now, that's convenient. Now we just gotta find, what's his name?
Peeks over the table. I kind of thought it was going to be a little harder.
Well, if you want, next time you can come in and fight, and we'll stand by the door and cheer you on.
I'm just saying, given all the work we had to do up front, this seemed a little easy. Too easy.
Are there any traps?
Indra, we kill things really well.
There are no traps.
Yeah, but at least when they're big like that, it usually takes a little work.
Gotta like the angel.
A large bed covered in silk sheets in the eastern side of this L-shaped room. A standard mirror and armoire occupy the northern portions of the room. Tooled and carved leather pictures of mountains and desert landscapes cover this room's walls. Tied and gagged in the northeastern corner of the room is a guy who looks exactly like the description of Dahab.
Basically, is he missing an ear? Then he's
Yup.
probably our guy.
Victor will hand the ear to Crumb and say, "You want to, put this back on the guy?"
Sure.
You got the whole cure stuff going.
La, 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 la.
Was any of the gear that the div dropped magical, our resident magic viewer people?
Oh, yeah, detect magic on all the shit.
Well, yeah, and also now that we have this done, but I want to go through all the rooms first and make sure there's nothing else before we start picking pockets. And then we can ransack the whole place and take all the valuables.
Okay.
The armor she was wearing, a hand axe she was carrying, the scimitar she was using, and the boots are magic. Also, you find a set of keys and 69 gold.
69, dude.
Okay, so go in here and talk to Hubert. I'm like, we're here to rescue you. The princess sent us. I'm assuming we've ungagged him or whatever.
Yeah.
Do you know what happened?
Yes?
Okay, the short notes, please.
Met a guy, fell in love, came back here, turned out he wasn't a guy, instead he was some sort of evil demon thing that took me prisoner and chopped off my ear.
Yeah, this trans species thing is really getting out of control.
Okay, so other than the 3 guards and the receptionist and that thing out there, do you know if there was anybody else around here? Any workers, any other guards, any other creatures?
Well, yeah, there are a lot of workers and guards, but they're probably in the tanning yard.
Was there ever really a Fazir, or was this all a super elaborate setup to get you?
I don't know. I mean, I met Vizier and we fell in love, but I don't know if there ever was or if it was all just a ruse.
Okay, I'm not going to try to belittle you on this question here, but you're just a guy. If what makes you so important that somebody would pull off this big of creating a whole persona from scratch, other than Are you that important to the trade princess that she would literally risk herself to try to get you?
I'm a spy.
Yeah, I get that.
Hey, wait, stop. Stop talking right now. Don't say anything else. Hey, can anyone detect or spot the Trade Princess's people to see just how close they're following us or if they're spying on us right now?
You will not detect them inside this building. I will tell you right now, they are not in the building. So,
Well, I'm just making sure they're also not trying to use scrying, although we should have gotten a perception check if they were.
Okay.
yeah, no, they are not scrying on you.
This is the part where I have to go.
Oh,
Alright. Unless they do something incredibly stupid, there's not going to be any more combat. So,
Okay.
we will fill you in on all the RP later.
Okay. Thank you very much, guys.
Take
Take
care.
it easy.
Okay.